MyWhoosh brought out a new update. Is it good or is it shit? Here are my thoughts. MyWhoosh released their 3.7.0 update, and I never have any idea what these things mean. However, it is a pretty significant improvement on previous offerings, and I think that it is worth circling back to because there are some things here that should be addressed. So let's begin with the positives. They've added 2 new worlds, and these worlds are gorgeous. It really feels like MyWhoosh is coming of age here. They've added California with route through Los Angeles, Silicon Valley, Alcatraz Island, San Francisco, Mount Umunhum, whatever that is, Golden Gate, and the Hawk Hills. I have no idea where that is. The other world that they've added is, and I'm going to butcher this, Hudayriat Island in the UAE, apparently a real place. Some of these are real routes in Hudayriat as well, based on GPX data, and some of them are not, like a giant climb through these strange sort of man-made treetop structures, and you'll see on the video. On the positives, these worlds are super vibrant and really enjoyable to ride in. My experience in LA is a world that is exciting and genuinely fun to explore. The routes are varied with some really fun sections like the Toontown section and adding lots of color and character, which MyWhoosh was really lacking. The Hollywood Hills really feel like you're actually riding through sort of once upon a time in Hollywood kind of settings, and I've never been lucky enough to go to LA. However, what I've seen in the talkies suggests that this is pretty faithful, which is a big step up from when you're riding in MyWhoosh in places like Australia, where the flora and fauna, mostly the flora, are completely unrealistic, and you know that they're just using the same assets recycled from different worlds. However, it is in Hudayriat where this update really shines. This world is vast and it feels open and alive. So a complaint that I had in the MyWhoosh review was that it feels like in order to save on processing and world design, they've just sort of run you through a tunnel with these walls on either side. So the entire time, really, the only things that you can see are things in front, and you're sort of blocked in or hemmed in on either side. This is not the case now, and there are some spots in this world where you get beautiful panoramic views of the entire sort of environment around you, and genuinely when you're on the road, you actually feel like you're riding through a city or a world. This is similar in California to an extent. You truly feel like this is something that can now rival and genuinely in some places surpass the world that Zwift has created, which is pretty incredible. However, there are some issues. Drop-in is bizarre. You'll be riding along and, for example, I could see a roller coaster car going around the roller coaster in their sort of Coney Island place. However, I couldn't see the track until I got a bit closer, and then all of a sudden the track pops in. This happened also when I was riding through this treetop section. I could not see the road in front of me until it would pop in. Now, it's not directly in front of you, it's off away, but if they're going to dump a lot of time into trying to make this look graphically impressive, you would think that they would fix this drop-in, and I hope that they do at some point. It's not a game breaker, but it sort of suggests that there's truth to some potential bugs that people have spoken about. There's also a velodrome added in Hudayriat, which I was really excited about. Thought it might lead to the potential of track racing, which with the draft system, Indy Velo has something like this. I thought that could be cool. That's not the case. You cannot ride in the velodrome. It is a climb up onto the roof of the velodrome and then back down. They may add something in the future, however, at the moment, that's not the case. I've heard about some bugs that lead to rides in training plans not being counted in your overall weekly data, and some of these workouts not marking themselves as complete. So you get a weekly you get a calendar in MyWhoosh, and apparently it's not ticking these off for some people. This frustrated people in regards to the app not recording their TSS, which is something that MyWhoosh does for you, which is really cool and makes training in MyWhoosh pretty enjoyable and pretty reliable for your stats. This is a bit of a downside, but I can't vouch for this. It's been absolutely flawless for me. One big draw card is that you can now import your Zwift files or your profile along with a selection of other training platforms, and this is quite easy to do. I've requested this. You receive an email saying that your request has been accepted, and then you have to wait, and I'm still waiting for my Zwift profile to roll over. However, should this work, it means that my level 40 Zwift profile will transfer to MyWhoosh, and I think this is something that really prevents people from making this switch. They've done a lot of work to try and develop that profile, and they feel like moving to a new platform they will lose all of that progress, and this might overcome some of those issues, and I think this is an excellent move by MyWhoosh. However, my profile has not rolled over yet, so I can't tell you what that is like. The real elephant in the room is something nefarious lurking in the background here, and it hasn't been completely rolled out yet, and I think this is going to slide under a lot of people's radars. I think it's really important that we talk about it. MyWhoosh has always had coins. These are just like drops in Zwift. As you ride, you unlock these for doing certain things, achievements, you unlock them, and these can be used to purchase new bikes, new outfits, things like that, in the same way that Zwift has this system. It's something that we're all familiar with, something that we're used to, and honestly, something that we enjoy. It rewards us for our hard work. However, what MyWhoosh has done is introduced a second currency, and this currency is called Power Gems. Now, these Power Gems you cannot unlock in-game. The only way you can unlock Power Gems is by purchasing them with real money. You have to pay for these, and there are certain pieces of equipment, bikes, wheel sets, outfits that are locked behind a paywall. Essentially, you have to buy Power Gems to be able to unlock these. As an example of this is the new Van Rysel bike. You cannot get the Van Rysel bike. From memory, I think I'm talking correctly here. You cannot get the new Van Rysel bike unless you buy these Power Gems. You can't even get the Van Rysel bike at the moment because they haven't rolled out the Power Gems yet. You can also buy in-game coins with these Power Gems. Now, where this becomes dangerous is, are they going to lock the better bikes behind either Power Gems, meaning that to buy the better bikes in order to be able to win races, you have to pay real world money, or are they going to make those better bikes, some locked behind the Power Gems and some so expensive that you would have to save up for years on years or pay for Power Gems in order to buy the coins, in order to buy the bikes. This is where this stuff gets sketchy, and it has been included in video games. If you play video games, you would have seen this over about the last 10 years. This has been rolling out in games like Black Ops, Fortnite has this, and a lot of the time it's just skins, outfits that your character can wear, paint to put on your guns. It doesn't actually make you better, but where it does, games that have actually used this as a pay-to-win kind of system, it has seen a lot of backlash, and it is interesting that MyWhoosh is going down this route. Now, should MyWhoosh just make it so that you want a flashier bike, you want a flashier outfit, you can pay for it using real world money, and that's how they monetize this in order to keep this free for everyone else? Fine, man. It's basically just like what it is with cycling. People want to buy an SL8 so that other people can buy a Specialized. That's trickle down, and I don't have an issue with that. If MyWhoosh stays free because some rich doofus wants to pay real money to buy a digital bike, brilliant. But if this does become a game-breaking system where the more money you put into this, the better you are, that's where this could become problematic. Overall, the update is fantastic, and I think that's translating to increased people playing the game. I have seen more numbers in MyWhoosh over the last couple of weeks. Zwift pay rise, and I think MyWhoosh is starting to really carpe diem the shit out of that by pushing out this update now. And I think a lot of people are going to see this, and a lot of people are going to think, you know what, that $30 a month Australian, I don't need to pay that anymore because there is a genuinely good offering here, and I am really impressed. It is definitely worth checking out. So yeah, that's the MyWhoosh update. It's good, really good. Anyway, peace.